Hey guys, what's up? This is the Best Irish Cheese here, bringing you my first ever solo commentary. The topic I think I'll be covering today will be, what is 343 doing? Before everybody freaks out at me, please know I've actually been observing this for a while, their behavior. The first time I ever heard of them was in when they released Halo Waypoint. I didn't know anything about them beforehand. I didn't know what was going on, but so far, every time they've said something, it's just been a giant shovel of BS. So I'm going to go ahead and give you some examples of that. Well, most notably, I can name off right now the title update, shortened TU is what most people would know it as. When they first announced they were going to be doing this in Halo Reach, they said it will not affect any other playlists. And all of a sudden, just about half the playlists were title update or anniversary. Now this caused a problem because the community was divided into three separate gaming engines. There was one, Anniversary, which was kind of a hybrid of Reach and Halo 1. And then there was TU, which was kind of like a supposed updated, better version of Reach. It seemed to just cause a lot more problems than it helped. The first time I ever played Title Update, I hated it. I'm not gonna lie. But I thought the majority of people liked it, and a lot of people did like it. Just not quite as much as Standard Reach, and I'll explain that right now. Because in Super Slayer, let's say there's 100 people. Standard, regular Team Slayer would have, it does now, over 10 times the amount that Super Slayer has. Now that says something about, TU. It says something right there. Big Team Battle has a lot of people in Title Update, sure, but that was a crowd that was going there no matter what kind it was. They're casual players, so you don't care what the game engine is. On top of all that, Reach, on its opening week, had over 700,000 people playing the game. Now, that compared to Halo 4's opening week of being 400,000, I'm sorry, that kind of says that, oh, we don't like this newer engine, and it doesn't have as much hype. People are probably going to go out and accuse Reach about destroying the fan base. I'm going to just say, no, I really don't believe that at all. Because Reach's, the last week before Halo 4 came out, Reach had over 60,000 people playing it daily. Halo 4 now has only 30,000 people playing it. I'm not kidding, its average is 30,000. And Halo Reach's average nowadays is about 20,000. That is just disgusting. Halo Reach is a game that's almost 3 years old, and it's still got 60% of the population that Halo 4 has. I believe a lot of these issues you can kind of see coming though. Really, when you think about it, they didn't even put time aside to make a Halo 4 beta, which honestly was crucial for Reach. Can you imagine Reach launching with those kind of problems that the beta had? Like the assassinations never working properly, and the matchmaking servers crashing. And on top of all that, what made Reach's matchmaking service better was the servers seemed to work better. It had filters, it had psych profiles, it helped decide what games you'd go into. It would help you, if you said to skill, language, and what was it, good connection. It typically didn't give you some terrible, person that doesn't speak English, which would happen a lot if you did not turn it on. Because if you turned on all of those, if you had a good player, it means that they typically would have a good connection, they would be speaking English, and then you just hit good connection, and you're just pretty much bound, almost absolutely bound, to get a decent game. The players might still suck, as far as you're concerned, but the game itself would seem to load a lot better. Halo 4's all their games I've lagged out to so many, I never lagged out of any of them in Reach. Another thing that Bungie did significantly better was their website was much more user-friendly. I could go on there, and if I wanted to look up a stat on someone or something, I could find it. On 343's Halo Waypoint website, I can't find anything. It's so complicated, there's all this garbage everywhere, it's designed like a tablet. I don't use a tablet, I use my freaking computer, and then when I want to go on it with my phone, it forces me to use a different version, which is even harder to use. It doesn't load right, it's always crashing. It's pretty much just a giant piece of garbage that they shove in your computer, and really, I don't know why they don't just make it easier to use. It's really pathetic, and I hate it. It also seemed to me that theater mode hasn't really had an upgrade since it's been created. In Halo 3, you used to be able to go into it with more than one person. You could do theater over matchmaking. It was really laggy. It was really quite awful, but you could do it. In Reach, they took it out, which kind of ticked me off because you should never take a feature out without replacing it with a better version. In 343, not only did they make it worse, like they made it you can't even record campaign or their Spartan Ops. What, like seriously, why on earth would you leave that out? Nobody wants to. It was like the one part of the game that I liked was the campaign, and I can't even record it unless I'm sitting there doing it live, and it's so retarded. The editing is atrocious. It's how are you supposed to manage to make machinima or commentary or let's plays like that? It's just a real pain. That's what Halo used to have over Call of Duty in the machinima market. It used to have people's respect and user friendliness. Now it's become very complicated. And of course, the fact that they took Firefight out, you can say, oh yeah, they replaced it with the Spartan Ops, sure, but seriously, how many times can you go back and replay Spartan Ops before you want to shove your head through a wall? They're really long, repetitive missions where you have to go on the same terrain over and over and over again, just doing the same exact needless task over and over again, no diversity. You can't customize anything. And what I liked most about Firefight was I could really practice. I would just go into Grunt Apocalypse and practice my DMR aiming. And it made me a much better player. In Halo 4 I can't do that, and it's really... It frustrates me because I can't ever get to the same caliber of aiming I used to be at. And I'll go ahead and talk about Forge real quick, because Reach, they put in all these new features, but they never fixed them. I mean, I don't mean to solely blame this on 343. It was Bungie's fault too in Halo Reach. But what 343 did that was wrong was they updated even more features in Halo 4 and never fixed any of the old problems. And I still have all the same glitching issues with the precise coordinates and the angle snaps, and the magnets are atrocious. They don't work right at all. And one more thing, I personally preferred the reticle bloom, which was pretty much the recoil. I think it just made the game more balanced. It could make you, precisely balance each weapon to be able to only do so much. So, I kind of miss that. I know most people don't, but, Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed this commentary. And I want to give a big shout out to my good friend, the great Stefan. He uploaded this for me and let me download it because I've had capture card problems. So, a big thank you there. So go on to my personal channel, The Best Irish Cheese, as well as our community channel, Golden Voices Gaming. So thank you for watching this,